MAROFFE is an acronym for Mechanically Animated, Remotely Operated Fictitious Felonious Erectus, and he was basically designed as a remotely operated actor. He's got rotation at the head, which could be locked into rotation at the waist, so that they move together or separately. The waist could also be moved separately. He's got front to back and at the waist and the neck. Those are tied together. He's got right to left. Let's see if I can. He's got movement right to left also at the neck and waist, which is tied together. He's got independent movement of his jaw, which is eventually going to be driven. It's going to be driven by a sensor that's off of the audio input. He's got a two-dimensional tongue, which allows him to go right and left and in and out. He's got independent movement of each ear. And he's got independent movement of each one of his lips. He could run both the eyelids together or independently. And he's got independent movement of both his arms and hands. His hands can be moved either together like that, or singularly, independently. He's got program movement of the shoulders, which allows his shoulders to be moved with the rest of the arms, or they could be moved independently. And final thing, which I haven't quite completed yet, is going to be a thing that syncs his voice with actual movement of the jaw, and his voice will sound similar to this. This is MAROFFE's voice. Hello. Bye, Billy. Well, MAROFFE is an acronym for Mechanically Animated, Remotely Operated Fictitious Felonious Erectus, and
another member of the engineering team is Vic Lang. He's taking Phonetica 1 in another animated direction.
I tried for full-scale manipulation of all the facial features and all his physical features, with an exception of his legs, which are his battery pack. He's got two-dimensional movement at the shoulders, his fingers. He's got three-dimensional movement at his elbows. His tongue, his lips, his eyebrows, his eyelids, and his ears are all mobile. He's got three-dimensional movement at the neck, three-dimensional movement at the waist. All his mechanisms inside are real understandable. I'm using a push rod control technique, which allows me to build all the mechanisms inside his chest cavity and operate them from inside his chest cavity, so that the actual mechanisms that run the fingers and the arms aren't actually at the location at which they're made to work. The main thing I wanted to do was to condense all my mechanisms into one of the smallest packages I could work with. He's got about 1,000 hours of operation on him, and he's been extremely reliable. The concepts behind him are real straightforward, and they're real reliable. They take a lot of elasticity. He's taken several fairly good impacts and has survived quite well. He's had very little maintenance for an extremely large amount of use that I've gotten out of him. He's an incredible attention getter. It takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to draw a very large crowd of people that are trying to figure out exactly if this thing is real or not. With the new technique I have designed for the face, I'll have a lot more freedom of movement of the facial features, which would allow me to generate a specific character, meaning that I could bring out some kind of characteristics that spark people to think of like personality. And I think as soon as I'm able to do that, we have what I was really looking for, a real actor type character.